So on my bus, there's an unused plug in the top of the fuel tank, and I got a diesel heater. So I got some brake line and a new plug to replace the plug with, because the other plug was solid all the way through and this one was hollow in the bottom, which meant a lot less drilling. And then I also put some JB weld down in there and put JB weld around the top. So this is gonna be my diesel fuel pickup for the diesel heater. Let's see, you can't really see down up under there. Here's one of the unused plugs, but that one I took out and it had something behind it. I don't know what it was exactly, but I couldn't get it to go down in. Let's see, I don't have my flash on, but over to that side is where the plug is that I'm gonna be using. So I'll get this plug down in there, and then I will turn the flash on and show you guys a finished product of it. So under the other dinette seat is where the access door for the fuel tank is, and then under this one is where I'm going to put the diesel heater. So the diesel heater will go right here, and then the fuel tank is just to the left of that. And then I already installed the vent tube for the diesel heater to try and figure out where I needed to place the diesel heater. So now I need to cut the flooring out, and then once I cut the flooring out, then I'll cut the metal out below it. So I need to cut a little more out of the top up here, because you can see in that little hole there's still a little bit of flooring showing, so I'll go a little bit higher on that one. I just don't want to cut too much and end up with a big hole in the floor. Okay, now it's time to drill the four corners, and then I will go underneath and cut it out with the with an angle grinder. So now I got that hole cut from the bottom with the angle grinder, and I'm gonna add some aluminum tape around the edge to kind of protect the foam and seal it in a little bit better, you know, because the floor has the vinyl plank and then plywood, and then underneath the plywood is foam board insulation. I don't know if this step's really super necessary because I haven't seen everyone do it, but I figured I would go ahead and do it because it doesn't take any extra time, really, just a few minutes. And then once I get this all taped up, then I will move on to the fuel system, putting the fuel lines in and all that, so that I can get all the underneath work done, hopefully, and then do the rest from the top. I'm waiting on an extended extended exhaust kit for it so that I can get it out from under the bus. It's supposed to be delivered today. So can't decide if I want to add a piece of exhaust after the muffler that's in the kit, or if I want to wait and just use the long piece of exhaust and have the muffler at the end. Probably could just do it with the little extension, so that way, or do the extension after the muffler, so that way I could go ahead and get the rest of this stuff done before that gets in today, because I would like to have this finish installed today and running, minus the electrical, because I haven't put my house batteries up under the bus yet, so I don't have the house electrical system fully run. I have the 120 volt stuff run back to the breaker panel area. I just haven't hooked all of it up at the breaker panel. Since I don't have batteries, there's no reason to hook all of it up because I don't have inverter power to test it all, so I figured I'd go ahead and get something else most of the way done that I could do before needing to test stuff out with the batteries. So that's what we're at doing. Putting this diesel heater in. If you're watching this, Jacob, thank you for the tapes. I appreciate it. So the diesel heater came with a bunch of this little small line and this thick rubber line, which this slides inside of this. It's a snug fit, and then it came with a bunch of these little clamps. So you cut this hose into sections. So there'll be a little section that attaches this fuel line to the bottom of the heater, and then there will be this piece of line will go close to the filter or the pump, and then you'll have another piece of line that attaches this fuel line to the pump, and then you just got to cut a bunch of little sections, and I'll show you all that after I get it done. So I forgot to film the part of the underneath fuel line stuff, so now I'm sitting in a campground. Well, campground's a loose term, but sitting in a campground in Arizona near Flagstaff. See, I told you you'd find out where we went next in the next video, even though this video is about a diesel heater install. But we went through New Orleans, up to Dallas, up to Oklahoma City, across over to Santa Rosa, New Mexico, and then last night we stayed in was last night Santa Rosa? Last night we stayed right outside the gates of the Petrified Forest. I'm already losing track of all the days. So then today we went through the Petrified Forest, and now we're in Flagstaff, Arizona. Tomorrow we're gonna check out this Walnut Canyon Museum National Monument thing. So we'll let you guys know how that is, and then we'll be going to the Grand Canyon, I believe. But anyway, back to the diesel heater video. So you can see, just a clamp on the line. The line goes up and over to that straw thing that I made. Hard to see over there. It doesn't want to focus on the correct thing, but it's up there. And then the line comes over, runs down through the filter, up through the pump, which is plugged in, and then the fuel line goes up and into the heater right there. There's the exhaust that comes out, the muffler, and I had to add a little piece of extension pipe. And the intake, I just have it zip tied up to here. So now that the fuel line's coming up through the floor, I'll get the heater, and that little fitting right there is for the fuel coming from the floor. So I'll put that on the bottom, and then all that's left is to pop the intake on, pop the exhaust on, and run the wires. It's run really well, kept us warm even through a 10-degree night in Oklahoma City. So yeah, I definitely recommend this diesel heater, and I will add a link to it in the description whenever I get my laptop out next. It should be pretty soon, but I'm making these videos on my phone because it's a lot easier. So anyway, stay tuned for more.